Welcome back to Indy, and we're ready for the Titans and the undefeated Colts. Tennessee has won the toss, and they've elected to receive the football. Jeff Fisher's team winning 33-22 at home last week against the San Francisco 49ers. He's in his 11th season. On the other sideline, Tony Dungy and the Colts defeating Pittsburgh 26-7. No contest on Monday night right here at the RCA Dome. 57,000 ready to watch this one. Dave Rayner will send it away, and back deep, the Pac-Man Jones. 23rd meeting between the Colts and the Titans. Colts lead the series 12-10. They met week 4. Indianapolis winning it 31-10. And we're underway. Here's Pac-Man from the 10. And Pac-Man Jones over the 35 up to the 37. A 28-yard return. Kelvin Hayden with the tackle on special teams. Air McNair. Steve McNair coming off one of his best games of the year. 343 yards, 3 touchdowns, only 1 pick. His quarterback rating almost perfect at 97.9. First down and 10, Tennessee at their own 38. Drew Bennett wide to the far side of the field. And they run it. Chris Brown over the left side with room. And he goes from the 38 to the 45, a 7-yard gain. Cato June with the tackle. Second down and 3 at the 45. Chris Brown, the deep man. McNair, draw play. Brown with running room again. And he gets to midfield and picks up a first down. Gary Brackett. First down and 10. Midfield. Brown over the right side, nowhere to go this time. Monte Rager jumps on him, rides him down. It's a loss of 4 and a flag on the play.
And they're going to pick that flag up and wave it off, as you see here. For the first time today, Gus, the Colts are actually able to get loose and use that speed. Rager coming off the block there of Zach Pillar and got into the backfield. That's what the Colts do, Gus, even against the run game. They get into your backfield and make you do something you don't want to do really quick in the play.
Second down, 14 at the 46. And they hand it to Brown. Tennessee determined to run the football, to use the clock. Corey Simon right there to gobble up Chris Brown, and it's a loss of 1.
You know, Corey Simon came over early in the year, and he has quickly become a real leader on this Colt team. You talk to the guys, and he's been the guy they missed. He's a veteran guy, shows a lot of leadership. You can see there by looking at him, man, he's got a smile on his face there, but on the sidelines, he is all business. This team has really taken its lead, particularly up front from the big guy there on the sideline, Corey Simon.
Third down, 15 at the 45. They need to go to the Colt 40 for first down. Air McNair out of the shotgun. McNair dumps it off out of the backfield. Incomplete. Intended for Ben Troop. A flag on the play.
There is no foul for illegal contact, as the quarterback had already thrown the ball. Fourth down.
Tony Carini is the referee. Another look.
Watch these two guys, and these two guys come over. You can't do that unless your defensive front is so fast. Look at all the guys moving around, and it gets Cato June completely free on Steve McNair. He just couldn't get that pass out there, or otherwise, that's a big play for the offense. But the Colts, because of their speed, get away from it.
So Craig Hentrick punts from the 30. Troy Walters back deep at his own 10. And this one off the side of Hentrick's foot. It's caught at the 20-yard line. A 35-yard punt. And here comes the general, Peyton Manning, and the Colts on offense right after this. Welcome back, Peyton Manning, the leader of the Indianapolis Colts. Last week, the numbers for Peyton. He takes over first and 10 at his own 20-yard line. Play fake. Manning in trouble, and he's sacked. on the first play of the game for Indianapolis, Kyle Vanden Bosch. If this holds up, that'll be his 11th and a half sack of the season. A flag is on the play.
Illegal contact, defense, number 32. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Pac-Man Jones. First down and 10 at the 25. Manning underneath. Strike. Dallas Clark somehow holds on, and he got crushed. Lamont Thompson, but holds on to the ball, a gain of 14. First and 10 at the 40. Play fake. Manning again looking over the middle. Tipped. Incomplete. Ball intended for Brian Fletcher in his first year out of UCLA. And that one deflected.
You know, Gus, if you didn't know these two teams were playing, you'd be able to tell it was a division game because both these defenses and the offenses know each other so well. The two plays earlier on with Vanden Bosch losing the sack, and then the great play by Thompson that Clark hangs onto the pass, and then this one, Fletcher down in the end zone, down in the deep in the field, and everybody's tipping the ball. Man, this is going to be a battle today. These two teams are so familiar.
Brad Castle doing a very good job deflecting that football. Second and 10 at the 40. Peyton again steps out of the pocket, on the move, fires, incomplete. And you like this defense by the Tennessee Titans. It's almost as if they're playing some kind of keep everybody in front of you guys, and we'll take it if they complete it.
No question. They're not doing anything fancy right now. They're just attacking the wide receivers and taking away the routes that Peyton Manning has real quick. You might look now for Peyton Manning to kind of give the pump fake and then send somebody deep because the defensive backs are squatting on the routes and just with safety help over the top. We'll see if Manning hits him for the big one.
Third down 10 at the 40. They need to go to midfield for first down. Manning out of the shotgun. Here's Peyton. Steps up in the pocket. Harrison. And you told us so, partner. Lamont Thompson makes a tackle, and that's a gain of 36.
Well, the Titans were sitting on their short routes, keep staying right on the receivers. Then Manning just drops back and wants to get a big one. This will loosen up a defense. Marvin Harrison right down the middle. You see there, as the Ronaldo Hill lets him go, turns him over to Thompson. Thompson picks him up and just can't get in there before Manning puts it right there.
And Marvin Harrison has now gone over 12,000 receiving yards for his career. Edgerrin James, and he takes it down to the Titan 20. Ryan Long makes the tackle. Marvelous Marvin Harrison, what a career, 12th player in history to go over 12,000 receiving yards. And he does it, Steve, quietly.
You're right, he does quietly. I think the biggest play he's made all year was Monday night when he got into a fight and set the tone for a physical game with Pittsburgh.
Manning, short drop, underneath. Harrison gets down at the 10. Another catch for Marvin Harrison, gain of 11. In his career against Tennessee, Harrison 7 games, 5 touchdowns, 3 100-yard games.
He gets up a little tender there, walking on. He doesn't even go back to the huddle. You know, it's funny. He doesn't even have to go back to the huddle because he'll come up and Peyton Manning will tell him to play right here.
First down. Edgerrin James hopping, and he runs right in to Ryan Long, who brings him down. No gain on the play.
You know, the Colts never really huddle up. Peyton Manning comes up, calls the play to the line of scrimmage. He'd almost know it was going to be a run because Marvin Harrison didn't go back to the huddle. They had to use Edgerrin James on that. James been a little quiet early on as Peyton Manning's itching to get out and try out those brand new out-of-the-box cornerbacks that the Titans put on the field. He wants to see how good they are.
Second down. Manning underneath, caught, Harrison, touchdown. Wow. And that is the 92nd career touchdown between Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison, the most all-time by a quarterback-wide receiver duo. Steve Young, Jerry Rice second, Marino and Clayton third.
You see there, he doesn't feel quite himself. You see he's got that look on his face like he doesn't feel his best. He twisted his ankle on a quick slant, then got the touchdown.
Extra point up and good. Indianapolis scores on its first series. Marvin Harrison with his 10th touchdown this season. And the Colts take an early lead. Welcome back to the RCA Dome, where the Colts go 8 plays, 80 yards, held it for 348. Marvin Harrison with a 10-yard touchdown. Indianapolis sends it away. Pac-Man Jones over to the sideline. Starts from the 5, slips, and is covered up at the 15. Jason David there defensively. So Steve McNair has his work cut out for him. His team trails by 7. Number 88 is Marvin Harrison, and he's on the sideline. Ice on the ankle. And Harrison is in a little bit of pain after scoring the touchdown.
And that's never a good thing. You know, he talks so much about the Colts resting their players. If they do have things sewed up, that's the reason. You don't want to lose them for any length of time.
McNair and the Titans start at their own 15. Busted play. McNair throws over the middle, and it's caught. Nicely done. Roydell Williams, the rookie, 4th-round pick out of Tulane, picks up 16.
You look back at the touchdown, Gus. This is Stokely's going to come out, draw the defense back here, and instead of running the slant, Marvin Harrison runs it flat and gets into the end zone that way. Watch how he adjusts his route flat under the linebacker, curves right up in and makes the tackle miss and gets in for the touchdown. That's just kind of a little bit of freewheeling. As you can see there, getting a little ice on that ankle.
10th touchdown this season for Harrison. 8th straight season with at least 10 touchdowns. The handoff, Brown, huge opening. And Chris Brown gets all the way up to the 40. Steve McNair, 343 yards passing last week at home against San Francisco. Flag on the play. Brown, and this play blown dead.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
So Steve McNair will move 5 yards backwards. First down and 15 at the 36. McNair, the first quarterback drafted and 3rd overall player selected in the 1995 NFL Draft. Out of Alcorn State. Quick strike. And this is Drew Bennett. And Bennett gets to the 40. It's a 4-yard pickup for McNair at the 40. Brown straight ahead, spins, and Brown goes down at the 44. Dwight Freeney there to pick him up.
You know, Gus, as this game wears on, you know Chris Brown's going to be a big force. You got to get the ball to him and run it and keep Peyton Manning and company off the field. But another guy you're going to have to think about running the football a lot is Steve McNair. When he drops back, this is a guy, he feels good. And we talked to him yesterday, and he says, yeah, I do feel good. Not like most years when he's either got a foot that won't work or an ankle or a sternum or some injury. I think at this point of the season, look for him to be a little bit more running out of the pocket and try and get some first downs that way.
3rd and 7 at the 44. They need to go to the Indianapolis 49 for a first down. McNair with time underneath. It's caught, but not enough. Aaron Kenny doesn't get there. A 4-yard pickup, and Kenny is hurt. Mike Doss made the tackle, and the Titans have to punt it away.
This is, you see, one of the differences, that line sent up in front of McNair, but this is the difference right here as Mike Doss comes up, makes the tackle. The secondary of the Colts is a whole different animal this year. That's been the big difference for the Colt defense. Yeah, they've got speed up front, but the secondary is much more physical.
So the Titans punt it away, and this is a beautiful punt as Hendrick drives it And it takes a bounce and gets into the end zone. Had some great hang time, but the Tennessee special teams couldn't get down there in time. A 51-yard punt, a 31-yard net. And Marvin Harrison, ice bag on the ankle and all, comes back on the field. Here in Indy, Santa is a Colts fan.
Man, everybody's on the bandwagon.
I tell you what.
Wow.
I saw some fans coming up in the elevator today, and they were awfully cocky, saying it's a good day to be 12-0. First down and 10 at the 20 for Peyton Manning. Edgerrin James breaks it back and is stopped from behind as he gets to the 25. A 3-yard pickup. Let's take a look at the first drive for the Colts.
Really what got him going. Great, sensational catch by Dallas Clark, and then the tough run by Edgerrin James, and it ends up with Marvin Harrison on the slant. Just methodical. You see there Peyton Manning claps. No, not overly celebrative. Just kind of another day at the office for him on an opening drive in the game, and Tom Moore keeping his guys focused.
Second down and 6 at the 24. Edgerrin again crosses the 25, gets to the 28. Albert Hainsworth makes the tackle. It's a 4-yard gain. And let's take a look at what the Colts have already accomplished this season.
Well, I mean, they're in the midst of this great streak, but it started a while ago. 19 of their last 20. They averaged over two touchdowns in victory a game, and you know, they 20 points. They don't trail the games very much. They've led this division for 56 out of the 63 weeks it's been in existence. I mean, they are a dominating football club, Gus.
Third down and 2 at the 28. Draw play, Edgerrin James, hey, and they bottle him up and take him down. Nicely done by Albert Hainsworth. A loss of 2, and that gets Jeff Fisher moving on that sideline. And if there's any coach in the NFL that will throw the kitchen sink at this Colt team, it's Jeff Fisher of the Titans.
Jeff Fisher can frustrate a lot of guys, and Peyton Manning is beside himself. He is so upset about that last play. Jeff Fisher got him on the line stunt, and Peyton Manning threw his hands up in the air after Edgerrin was tackled. Love to see that emotional interplay between those two guys.
So the Colts have to punt it away. Pac-Man Jones back deep, and this is a high wobbly one. Jones signaling for the fair catch, and he has it at the 25. A 53-yard punt by Hunter Smith. Peyton Manning a little salty on the Colts bench. Tennessee with the ball after this. Come back as the Titans take over at their own 25. First down and 10. Scaife in motion. McNair, Drew Bennett with the grab at the 31. Nicely done as Bennett is taken down by Marlon Jackson.
You talk about Jeff Fisher, a smart head coach. He knows, he told us yesterday, we've got to do some things today to get into this game, make it close. We know we're outmatched a little bit. Our margin of error is 0.
Second down and 3, draw play, Chris Brown running hard. And he may have picked up a yard. Bob Sanders with the tackle. Third down and 1 for Tennessee at their own 34. Play fake. McNair into the sidelines. Bo Scaife, the rookie 6th-round pick out of Texas, with the 11-yard gain, ushered out of bounds by Dwight Freeney.
Colts getting a little bit of finesse here. Dwight Freeney drops out into coverage, trying to confuse the offensive line of the Titans, and he ends up having to make the tackle after the first down. That's Jeff Fisher's team picking up that nice little zone blitz and getting a big play out of it, catching Dwight Freeney, a defensive lineman, in coverage.
And Fisher really likes Bo Scaife. You get the feeling that this young man, if he continues to develop, will end up as a Frank Wycheck type in Tennessee.
He likes a lot of his young players, and they've got a bunch of them. This team is one of the youngest in the history since the salary cap, but he likes the young guys he's got.
And that's the end of the first quarter. 7-0 Colts. We'll return to the RCA Dome after these messages. You're watching the National Football League on America's #1 network, CBS.
Watch the show.
7-0, Indianapolis with the lead as we start the second quarter. Tennessee with the football. Gus Johnson, Steve Tasker with you from Naptown, downtown Indianapolis. First down and 10 at the 44. Play fake, McNair, and he is crunched. Dwight Freeney, 8.5 sacks now on the season. As Steve McNair goes down for the first time, a loss of 7.
Well, here you see it. Dwight Freeney moves out late, goes around the tight end, and it's a spin move on Hopkins. Hopkins can't spin out of it and get back to cut him off. Dwight Freeney is a great defensive lineman because he is so fast. Once he turns the corner, McNair has no chance.
Dwight Freeney hit that spin move like Earl the Pearl Monroe. And for all you young guys out there, ask your dad who the Pearl was and how he used to spin. Second and 16 at the 38. And this is Chris Brown running the football, a gain of 4. Corey Simon with the tackle. What's at stake for the Colts?
Well, the Colts have to win, and all these things are with Colts winning. They got to win. If Jacksonville loses, they get the division title. If both Cincinnati and Jacksonville lose, they get a first-round bye and the division title. That's what they want.
And right now, Jacksonville leading on the road. Remember, Byron Leftwich is out. He broke his ankle. David Garrard, the backup quarterback, is leading Jacksonville. Cincinnati and Pittsburgh tied at 7 right now. Second meeting of the season between them two. Pittsburgh smoking Cincinnati the first meeting in Cincinnati. Third and 12 at the 42. McNair to the sideline, and it's caught. Ben Troop with the reception close to the first down.
Right here, this is what Jeff Fisher had to do. They got to go for it.
Fourth down and 1. You like the courage of the Titans. Brown, the single setback. They give it to him, lowers his shoulder, and picks up the first down.
I like that call, Gus. You pound it right in on 4th and 1. The one thing about this Colt defense, their speed is great, but if you run right at them, they don't have to run. Just run right at them. They're a little undersized inside, and Jeff Fisher knows that's what he needs. And I'll tell you what, Gus, you and I know we've covered Jeff Fisher for a few years. His players really like playing for this guy.
Steve McNair told us that Jeff Fisher, because he's a former player, he knows when to put the pressure on, he knows when to lay off. He is the kind of coach that a player will give 100% for. First and 10, play fake. Air McNair with time over the middle, and it's caught. Beautifully done. Roy Dell Williams, the rookie, with an 18-yard gain. And the Titans have come to play today.
Steve McNair, watch this. A fake out to the right, drops straight back from there, then eases over to his left, buys himself some time. Great patience inside, finding the hole in the defense. You know what? Early in his career, Steve McNair can't make that play. And now, it's just another day.
The two former MVPs who shared it in 2003, McNair and Manning. McNair, 7 of 8, 71 yards. Travis Henry, the former Buffalo Bill, in. And that's a quick strike to Drew Bennett. And he gets out of bounds inside the 25. Marlon Jackson with the tackle, gain of 3. All right, 2nd and 7 now. Best drive of the game thus far for Tennessee.
I smell a shootout in Pittsburgh.
Ball at the 24, you may be right. Draw play, Travis Henry. And Henry, built like a tank, gets close to the 20. Gary Brackett with the tackle, a gain of 4.
And Henry coming over in the trade with Buffalo this last year, a real physical type runner, not very tall. He's short, but he is not small. He's a power back and a guy that you can really depend on to get some tough yards. As you see here, Pac-Man Jones coming into the game also for the Titans.
There you see Travis Henry, who fell out of favor in Buffalo. When Willis McGahee got healthy and started to develop, Pac-Man Jones comes in the game. He's the starting corner. 3rd down and 3 at the 20. They pitch it to Pac-Man Jones. Tries to throw it, and he's tackled for a loss. Robert Mathis. And that's a loss of 11.
Well, they knew, the Colts had to know something was up when you put your starting corner, your rookie corner in the backfield as an eye back. Mathis is just too smart to fall for it. He wasn't going to go for the play fake. The thing is, when you bring a guy like Pac-Man into the game, the defense's antenna go up. They know he's going to be involved somehow, some way. Mathis was smart enough to stay at home and make the huge defensive play.
Brings on Rob Baronis in to attempt a 51-yarder. He has a 53-yarder this season. Spotted. It's up. No good. So the Titans come up empty. 9:52 to play in the second quarter. 7-0 Indy. And welcome back to the RCA Dome. 7-0 Indianapolis leading Tennessee. Colts take over at their own 41. Play fake. Manning dumps it off to Edgerrin James. James gets out of bounds at midfield. Flag on the play, though. Peter Sherman with the tackle on Edgerrin after a gain of 10.
Little conversation about what was happening. Sometimes they get these penalties, whether the ball is out of the quarterback's hands or not, has something to do whether they'll pick the flag up or not. And I tell you before, guys, you see so many little meetings between officials now that replay is in the game. They kind of make sure they get it right, and there's so many things they have to discuss. And I guess it gives us a chance to talk.
Kind of takes away the
instincts
of the officials.
Yeah,
because 99% of the time
they get it right.
The officials in this league are right.
You're right. They get it right. But now they kind of look over their shoulder. And it's amazing. You'd think it'd be opposite because they have somebody to look after.
An eligible member of the passing team downfield prior to the punt, number 73.
Punt. Not a punt, pass. Tony Corrente.
Down.
And there you have it.
So they move it back. Colts will have it first down and 15 at the 36. Great energy in this building this afternoon.
They have no excuse, man. They're 11-0. You know they're going to have it turned up.
Could you imagine this place during the playoffs? Here's Manning, sets one up. Fletcher with the reception. He gets up to the 44, a 9-yard gain. All right, a look at the AFC playoff picture. The big question is, will the Colts continue to play hard? And they may have to if Denver continues to win.
Yeah, if Denver's 9-2. Now, one of their losses is an AFC loss. Indianapolis does not have any losses, obviously. And if they get to the last two games, they're NFC opponents for Indianapolis, so they won't affect the tiebreaker.
Second down and 6 at the 45. Edgerrin James. Edgerrin just running through people and is finally wrapped up at the 46. A 9-yard gain for the second leading rusher in the NFL, Lamont Thompson, with the tackle.
There you have the teams that have gone since 1984, the teams that have gone 11-0, and I think this is it. They all made the Super Bowl, which has been the holy grail here for Indianapolis in the past 3 or 4 years with Peyton Manning. They will be satisfied with nothing less, Gus.
First down at the Tennessee 46. Manning again underneath Reggie Wayne. First catch of the afternoon at the 40. Keith Bullock with the tackle. Braylon Edwards, the terrific receiver out of the University of Michigan. First round pick. Here's Edgerrin again down at the 35. And of all of the players on this Colt team, Manning, Harrison, Freeney, sometimes you get the feeling that Edgerrin James doesn't get enough respect, enough publicity.
Yeah, you talk about him. I mean, he's second in the lead in rushing yards, but you know what? He's first in all-purpose yards. This guy does it all. He catches the ball, runs the ball, he picks up blitzes, he pass protects. I mean, you want to talk about a running back in the mold of Walter Payton. This guy is it.
First down and 10 at the 35. Manning slipping down, gets up, and he's tackled from behind. Kyle Vanden Bosch, now with 11.5 sacks on the season. That's a loss of 5 yards.
And Peyton just gets tangled up with the offensive lineman, And I know what happens in this play. I mean, you're going to watch this game on film. If the Colts win this game, they'll be chuckling about Peyton Manning falling over his own guys.
Illegal contact, defense, number 25. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And he gets a first down out of it. You're 11-0 when that happens. Your quarterback stumbles out of there, falls down, gets caught from behind for a sack, and you get a first down.
But Kyle Vanden Bosch came over from Arizona. He's in his 5th season, and he and his wife had a little baby girl, and they picked out names while they were in Arizona. They named the baby Peyton. Nobody had the name back then. Then he moves to Tennessee, and every third kid has the name Peyton. Flag on the play.
Yeah, of course, referring to Peyton Manning going to the Tennessee Volunteers.
Holding,
you're right.
Offense, number 63. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Vanden Bosch was laughing. Every third child in Tennessee, boy or girl, was named Peyton, and and he's like shaking his head.
And Vanden Bosch, from a small city in northern Iowa. His father worked with concrete.
He's a masonry guy, bricklayer.
And that's where he got his work ethic. And he is doing a super job for Jeff Fisher this year. First and a long 20 at the 40. Peyton Manning underneath. Reggie Wayne on the move. And Wayne stopped at the 24. First man to him, Ronaldo Hill, but it's a gain of 16.
And on a 1st and 20 play, they gained 16 of it, and this is just a quick drop. Manning on time, throws to Reggie Wayne, and that's the reason this club is just so difficult to defend. They come back when they need 20, they get it. When they need 15, they get it.
2nd down and 4 at the 24. Edgerrin James. And he gets to the 21. But let me ask you a question. We talked to Tennessee yesterday, and they said that they're not going to blitz Peyton Manning. There's no need to do it. How come teams don't blitz him more? He has so much time to throw the ball.
It's because the way Jeff Fisher knows he handles the snap count. He'll fake the defense into showing the blitz, and if he sees the blitz or anticipates it, he'll beat it because he'll get him out of a bad play and into a good one.
3rd down and 1 at the 21. Edgerrin James again picks up the first down. Keith Bullock with the tackle. 1st down and 10 at the 18-yard line. Manning underneath. That one knocked away at the last moment. Ronaldo Hill, the rookie cornerback out of Florida. And he's holding his own thus far. 7th round pick.
Yeah, both these cornerbacks drafted this year. One first, one 7th as Manning quick snaps them.
Flag coming up on this play as the Titans try to make a defensive substitution, and they can't get off the field in time.
And that Peyton Manning won't let them do it. And now there's a late flag from the secondary coming in. There's 12 guys on the field for Tennessee, and that's what Manning does. He'll get you in some matchups you don't like. You'll try and substitute your defense in there. He'll run his team up and snap it before you can run them off. And you get caught with too many people. He gets about 1 or 2 of those a game. It's really frustrating for a defense.
Legal substitution, 12 players on the field, defense. 5-yard penalty.
Nothing Jeff Fisher can do.
Down.
Nothing Jeff Fisher can do about that, Gus. I mean, you got to try it if you can, but you got to practice in practice. Usually guys kind of waddle off the field on and off. You got to teach them when they're playing the Colts, you got to sprint on and sprint off.
Makes it 2nd down and 5 at the 13. That's been a problem for opposing teams this year. Harrison at the bottom of your screen. Wayne, Stokely up top. Manning, and he dumps it. But getting back to the hurry-up offense by the Indianapolis Colts, some teams, and there was a beautiful article in the paper today by Mike Chappelle in the Indianapolis Star, where they talk about some teams fake injuries to get players in and out of the game.
I'll tell you what, it's nothing new under the sun, because Chuck Knox used to do that all the way back in Seattle. when our own Boomer Esiason in the Cincinnati Bengals did it. I mean, it's an easy way. Just have a player go, oh, I've got a cramp in his leg, go down. It gives him a chance to substitute.
And the Colts, as the play clock winds down.
Yeah, you see Peyton Manning walk towards Corrente and said, hey, you got to reset my play clock. Corrente's going to talk it over now.
Peyton Manning, not only a great player, now he's officiating the game.
Operator, please place 10 seconds on the game clock. Due to my error, I should have put more time on the play clock. 10 seconds.
Hey, are you telling me he can keep track?
That's right.
Give him a pay raise.
That's right. Peyton Manning can compartmentalize things. 3rd down 5. Here's Peyton, pump fake in the end zone, touchdown.
Oh, man. Are you kidding me?
Fletcher.
Gus, he's just better than everybody else.
Yes, he is. And he's been like this for a long time.
And he takes that football as well.
And the young man scores the touchdown, 10 plays, 59 yards. Colts hold it for 5 minutes and 41 seconds. And that's the 3rd receiving touchdown of the year for Brian Fletcher. The Colts are moving it up and down the field, now 14-7. And welcome back. A lot of enthusiasm in the stands here in Indy.
We were listening to her in the break. Last time I heard a voice like hers, there was a fire engine going.
The fire's burning, you can tell, though, with Jeff Fisher and also with Peyton Manning. Not only does he lead the Colts down the field, he also gives Tony Corrente and his staff some assistance.
You got to think about that. You know, he asked for the 10 seconds, got some time put back on, and without that little hesitation, he doesn't get the touchdown pass. I mean, he's all over it.
Tennessee ready to get it again. Pac-Man Jones starts inside his own 10. Gets outside. Pac-Man turns a corner. Cuts it back. Gobble, gobble for Pac-Man Jones as he gets to the 45. A 36-yard return. But they're moving and grooving here in Indy. Their Colts lead at 14-7. Welcome back, Tony Dungy, during his career 54-0 with a 14-point lead. 1st down and 10 at the 45. Steve McNair to pass underneath. And this one is caught by Tyrone Calico. McNair trying to get things going. Started 0 for 1. Since then, he's been perfect. Has the ball 1st down at the Colt 43. Here's a handoff to Travis Henry. He spins and gets to the 41. Corey Simon there to stop him.
This Colt defense is predicated on one thing, Gus: speed and penetration. The defensive line gets up the field into the backfield so fast. It does create some creases if you can find some space, but they move laterally so well. They tackle guys before they even get back to the line of scrimmage. It helps in their pass rush, it helps their run defense, and of course it helps their secondary as well.
The Colt defense is ranked 4th overall in the NFL. 8th against the pass, 10th against the run, but they're number 2 in points allowed behind Chicago. 2nd and 9 at the 42. McNair over the middle, and that's Bo Scaife again. And Bo Scaife picks up a 1st down, 9-yard gain. David Thornton with the tackle. 10th consecutive completion for Steve McNair.
McNair taking his time. You see Scaife right there, 80 on the end of the line of scrimmage, chips on Simon, then makes himself available. And you're right, Jeff Fisher loves this guy, 6th round draft pick this year. They really like his athleticism, his size. He's 6'3", 249 pounds, and
he's got a great name to especially play in Nashville. He could be in a Nashville band. Bo
right.
Scaife.
Should have a guitar.
Charlie Pride, Johnny Cash, and the Fisher Trio. 2 minutes to play. Tennessee driving down 14-zip. Welcome back. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Fast-moving first half. Tennessee has been able to move the ball. They have it right now at the Colt 33. Steve McNair dumps it off to Henry with running room, and Travis Henry powers his way down to the 20-yard line, and that's a gain of 13.
Great play selection. You want to negate the speed of the Colts, make them think about the screen pass, let them rush you, let them get in on Steve McNair, and then dump it over their heads. Travis Henry, a power run to finish for the first down right behind his offensive line.
First down and 10 at the 20. Bennett at the bottom of your screen. Roydell Williams on the far side. They hand it off, and this is Henry around the corner. Travis Henry stumbles and gets to the 15. Marlon Jackson there to bring him down, a gain of 4. Coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report, join Greg, Dan, Shannon, and Boomer for all the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's all coming up on the Sprint Halftime Report. Boomer Esiason saying that most teams have at least a 25% chance of beating Indianapolis, and if the Titans score, their chances may get a little bit better for the second half. At the 16, important drive for Tennessee. They need points. Here's Steve McNair. Dances out of the pocket, turns a corner, fires on the run. Great catch, Ben Troop.
Oh, he bobbled it on the way out of bounds. And they're going to say as McNair comes out of here, Troop doesn't pull this ball in and get control before he gets out of bounds. You see right there in front of you. We'll see. He's right. It's a good call.
5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
But a penalty called against Indy. So the Titans will get a first down.
I'll tell you guys, you know, we're still in the first half inside 2 minutes, but you get the feeling this is a really crucial possession for the Titans. They really need a touchdown here to keep pace, and that guy knows it.
One thing about Jeff Fisher, he loves to compete, and his team always follows it. First and 10 at the 11. McNair. Oh, and he throws it out of the end zone. And Steve McNair hit as he released it by Dwight Freeney.
And you see there something so familiar. Steve McNair standing in the pocket, standing looking right in the face of the rush and letting this ball go. And that's Steve McNair in a nutshell right there. That guy is so tough and so strong and so courageous. That will be when he's all said and done, and maybe when he heads into the Hall of Fame in Canton, he will go in as absolutely the toughest player to play during his era.
Second down and 10 at the 11. Fans rise to their feet here at Indy. McNair to the sideline. It's caught. Troy Fleming still running, and he is gang tackled close to the 5-yard line. A gain of 6.
Now Tennessee will take a quick timeout and talk things over with 38 seconds left.
14-0 Colts. Titans knocking on the door. Steve McNair told us yesterday that a lot of people say this is a rebuilding year, but he says it's an opportunity. They've got a lot of young guys on this team, and he has to keep pushing them, especially today, because nobody expects them to even have a chance. Pac-Man in the game on the far side at receiver. The Titans say they're going to pull out all the stops. Here's the play fake. McNair running in the end zone. Oh! Ben Troop couldn't hold on. Mike Doss knocked it out of his hands.
They got the play they wanted. Steve McNair faking the handoff to Pac-Man Jones and rolling out. Watch right here, throwing it right down the middle, just where you want to see it, and bang! Doss comes in right on the ball, but you gotta pluck that and turn your back and get it down. You can't let that ball get away from you like Troop did for the second time on that drive.
And a whistle. Tennessee calls a timeout. Here's another look. Jeff Fisher may be thinking about the challenge. Jeff Fisher is hot on the Tennessee side.
So he had a touchdown. All Ben Troop had to do was pluck that ball and turn it away from the defender and hang on to it. He just couldn't get it done. It's a good play by the secondary of the Colts, but you feel like you had exactly what you wanted as a Titan.
So Baronis comes in to attempt a 24-yarder. You never know with Tennessee. And they kick it. It's good. But they should have gotten more. 29 seconds to go in the second quarter, 14-3 Colts. Titans settle for the field goal. However, Ben Troop had a great opportunity to score a touchdown if he could have held on to the football.
And Jeff Fisher is stalking that sideline. He knows that's a huge missed opportunity. It could very well be 10-14 instead of 3-14. Two missed opportunities, the field goal and that touchdown a moment ago.
So the Titans send it away. Dominic Rhodes from his own goal line. Whoa! There is some serious hitting going on special teams. Cody Spencer, as Indianapolis, the #1 team in the NFL, takes a knee. So the Colts will settle for a 14-3 lead at halftime. Look at the passing rating for Peyton Manning, 137.5.
You get the feeling they're in control. And now they're going to come out and try a quick snap, Gus. Watch this. And there's going to be, look at this. As Peyton Manning runs back out. Now it's over. Now the clock has run out. He'll try anything.
Very interesting. 14-3. We'll be back with the Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Welcome back. Colts lead the Titans 14-3. At halftime, Gus Johnson along with Steve Tasker. And Steve, this game could be 14-10. Jeff Fisher and the Titans have managed to slow down Indy just a little bit.
Yeah, and they've blown the opportunities that they've earned. I mean, they missed the field goal and then they couldn't pull in the touchdown pass. They had to settle for 3 points. But it should be 14-10, but it's not. And the Titans got to come back in the second half and try and get back in it.
When you look at Peyton Manning, he's a surgeon.
He's just better than everybody else. He's so aware of everything on the field. I mean, you saw it in the first half, right at the end when they tried to run out and get a touchdown pass while the Titans were running off after halftime. And he just never lets up. And I think that's something that really gives the Colts a really sense of that they can't be beaten.
All right, let's take a look at the first half highlights. Plenty to go around. We start with Indy.
Well, it starts with Marvin Harrison on the quick pass inside after the first series of the downs. And then Brian Fletcher coming in. I believe that's his 3rd touchdown in this many weeks, coming in off the bench. And Peyton Manning there asking for that football. Every time he throws a touchdown pass, it's an NFL record. And there you see the halftime stat. It's pretty even. First and 10s, passing yards, total yards, time of possession is a big difference. But right now you see that the Tennessee Titans have just missed on the opportunities that they've had, and the Colts have cashed in every single time.
And the time of possession, Tennessee with 17 minutes, they just couldn't punch it in. Steve McNair in that first half doing a fine job getting his team down the field.
Well, he's the engine, Gus. I mean, if Steve McNair is a leader on this team, and I said at the opening, he sets the tone, both for the offense, of course, but also for the defense and the special teams. When Steve McNair speaks, you know, these guys listen, and they really bring it for him. And their head coach, McNair, and Jeff Fisher have a real good relationship. They're very close.
So the Colts will have it to start the second half. Dominic Rhodes back deep. And Rhodes starts from the goal line. Gets all the way up to the 27. A 26-yard return. Donnie Nicky with the tackle. And here's a look at the fantasy notebook. We start with the passing. Both quarterbacks pretty even. Peyton Manning, though, with 2 touchdowns. And the rushing, Edgerrin James, 30 yards. Brown, 33 yards. And the receiving, Marvin Harrison, 56 receiving yards in the first half. First down and 10 at the 28. Edgerrin James, nowhere to go. He runs into a wall. Albert Haynesworth.
And you know, guys, when you get to this level, particularly with these 2 head coaches, Tony Dungy and Jeff Fisher, they know how to make adjustments at halftime, and they both come out with a new look defensively. They get a handle on what the offenses are doing against each defense. There's no more important possession for either of these teams than the first one of the second half.
Second down and 12 at the 26. Manning over the middle. Dallas Clark. Beautiful touch on that pass from Peyton Manning to Clark. A gain of 22. Tank Williams with the tackle.
You see here, Manning's going to drop back. He feels the pressure, but watch as he lays this ball out, loops it over the linebacker there. You know, that's Brad Cassell who tries to jump and get it. It's just perfectly thrown.
So Castle unable to get to the football. The linebacker who deflected one earlier. Manning at the 48. Here's Edgerrin James. Gets to midfield. Randy Starks with the tackle.
The Colts offense is so explosive, Gus, because of Peyton, and he calls the plays at the line of scrimmage. You might think a quarterback is going to throw the ball. That really hasn't been the case here in Indianapolis. It's pretty balanced.
Second down and 8. Manning, beautiful catch. Marvin Harrison, and you talk about balance. Coming into this game, the Colts had 702 plays this season, 352 passing, 350 rushing, and you better run the ball if you have the edge.
No question about it. This guy, 8,900 yards rushing his career. Got more yards than anybody in the NFL this year from scrimmage, 1,400. I mean, that is a huge weapon.
Very quiet man.
Manning gets the most out of him as well.
3rd and 3. Edgerrin again on 3rd and 3. And look at the leg drive. He may have it. Ryan Long stops him. But Edgerrin James able to power his way forward after contact.
You'll see here, this is a 3rd and 3, and this is a 3rd and 3.5 after he hits the line of scrimmage. Gets hit a yard in the backfield, and he just continues to spin and churn and get the first down. That's a great little safety net there, number 32. You know, I think one of the things, the great gifts Peyton Manning brings to this team is his ability to keep all these guys involved. I mean, you got Marvin Harrison, who's one of the great receivers. You got Edgerrin James, you got Reggie Wayne, Brandon Stokely, Dallas Clark, and all these guys want the football. And there's only one guy who decides who gets it.
So a decision to be made now for the Colts. 4th down. They come up short, and it looks like they will go for it. Fourth down and inches.
This is a crucial down, Gus. Let's listen to what Peyton Manning has to say at the line of scrimmage.
He generally tries to draw people offside right here. Edgerrin James right smack in the middle of the Tennessee defense, picks up the first down.
You know, Gus, you and I were both sitting up here expecting some sort of little trick play, a fake snap count, and it's just a simple dive play to the best back or one of the best backs in football, Edgerrin James. No No trickery, no nothing. Just hand it off and go, and that's sometimes as effective as anything.
First down at the Tennessee 40. The edge, skipping, hopping, and he gets all the way to the 30. Edgerrin James has just surpassed 9,000 rushing yards for his career, second fastest in NFL history behind Eric Dickerson. And he is now the first Colt to have 1,500 yards from scrimmage in 5 different seasons. Edgerrin James is on his way to Canton, Ohio. 2nd and 2 at the 32.
Check. Sally Raiders.
The edge. And James continues to go forward. Look at the leg drive. Castle stops him, but he gains the first down. And let's update it for you. Edgerrin James is definitely in the company of Hall of Famers. The fastest to 9,000 rushing yards, 93.
Yeah, and there's only one common denominator there. The 4 of those guys who are not playing anymore are all in the Hall of Fame.
First down and 10 at the 29. Edgerrin again, bounces it outside. And he is carrying the load now. Peter Sermon with the tackle. Gain of 2, and that's one thing that makes this Colt team special. They can razzle and dazzle you with the passing, but when they want to, they can play good old-fashioned smash mouth. We're going to run it right down your throat football.
Gus, they can do it all. You don't get to 11-0 unless you can, and they do. They do it all.
Play fake, Manning steps, fires, Wayne, 6.
They do it all, man. They do it all.
It's just not fair.
Play action fake. Edgerrin James has been a jackhammer on this drive, so they fake it to him over the top to Reggie Wayne. It all just looks too simple.
10 plays, 72 yards, and they score in 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Peyton Manning, his 8th straight year with at least 25 touchdown passes. Colts up 21-3. 10 plays, 72 yards as Manning hits Reggie Wayne for a 27-yard touchdown. Manning 11 of 15, 170 yards, 3 touchdowns to 3 different players. Pac-Man. And Pac-Man Jones gets to the 30. It's been a perfect day for Peyton Manning. His Colts lead 21-3. 9:34 to go in the 3rd quarter. Colts lead at 21-3. Here's Brown. And it's a gain of 2.
A minute ago, here's the touchdown. Watch the safety here get taken to the middle by the receiver right here. One-on-one, Pac-Man and Reggie Wayne. The safety vacates for the post route over the middle, and Reggie Wayne has all kinds of room to get open, and that's the touchdown.
What a couple of seasons for Reggie Wayne. That is his 5th receiving touchdown of the year. He's closing in on 1,000 yards receiving. Steve McNair, he throws down the field for Bennett, incomplete.
You couldn't wait to get that one in. Oh, yeah.
3rd down and 8. Here's McNair with time underneath. And it's a first down caught by Bo Scaife. And Bo Scaife has been playing some ball today. 14-yard pickup.
Now he's starting to get a little comfortable now as you see him getting up talking. Bo Scaife making another reception today. And you know, a guy from Texas, he's been in big games before coming out of college. This game is not too big for him. He is really turning into a really quality tight end. And you know, next year, Tennessee is not going to be the youngest team in the league, and they're going to get a lot of benefit out of the things they're going through this year.
First down and 10 at the 46. Bo Scaife, 3 catches, 34 yards. McNair to the sideline, and he threw that one high. Steve McNair, as you mentioned, during his time in the NFL, will probably be regarded as the toughest player to step on the field. As a matter of fact, yesterday he told us, we asked him, can you give us an idea of what kind of pain you've actually gone through? He said, a couple of years ago when my sternum was hurt, I literally had to sit on my couch, and that was the only way I could sleep, because if I laid down, I knew I wouldn't be able to get up. Second and 10 at the 46. McNair over the middle, and it's gobbled up. Ben Troop made sure he held on to that one.
Yeah, the first half ended with 2 bobbled passes by Troop. As you see there, Steve McNair, and you alluded to it. And he's not going to come off the field, Gus. You know he's not coming off the field. Well, now he has to. The trainers come out to check him out. Watch the hit at the end. Looks like his knee kind of buckled or ankle. You never know. This may be better. Oh, he got a whacked. Probably. Oh, if he got hit on the shin, I can understand it. See Billy Volek, who was a free agent. Tennessee turned him loose, told him to go out and find a place to go. He came back to Tennessee, turned down a lot of offers from some other clubs because he felt that his time in Tennessee was going to come and he wanted to be the starter. And now it looks as though that time is going to come right now.
So Steve McNair limping off the field. Here comes Billy Volek. Billy Volek on the left, in at quarterback now for Tennessee. And Steve McNair is being worked on the Titans sideline. First down and 10. Volek at the Indianapolis 40. And Brown running the football. Fancy footwork for Chris Brown. Jason David makes the tackle after a 2-yard gain. And let's take a look at the co-MVPs in 2003, and their seasons have taken different turns.
Yeah, since then, Steve McNair's been injury-ridden. He's had a hard time staying in the lineup. Of course, Peyton Manning has been smooth sailing. When Steve McNair's been in there, he's been able to complete a higher number of his passes, you know, over 60%. But Peyton Manning, I mean, there's no turning back.
Second down and 9 at the 39. McNair walking on the sideline. Now Volek, and he's sacked. Larry Triplett.
Well, Billy Volek in the pocket, dropping back for the first time, steps up nicely, but he's got to feel the pressure. Watch here as he starts, then late, looks left. That's too late. He's got to have more space to go to his third option here. He's second, third, then he gets back, tries to pull it down again. It's too late, and that's one thing I think he brings, or Steve McNair brings, that Billy Volek doesn't know yet. You got to have a mental clock to get out of there. Volek didn't.
Third down, 12 at the 42. They need to go to the Indy 30 for first down. Safety's moving backwards for the Colts underneath, and this one is caught. That's Ben Troop. A gain of 10. Let's see if Jeff Fisher elects to go for it. He probably will.
Yeah, I think so. There's no question. No, their punter's not getting ready to come out. Jeff Fisher's got the playlist out on it, looking at it. And of course, too, they run Troy Fleming, the big fullback, out onto the field.
So that will make it fourth down and 1 yard to go.
And this is the kind of game that Tennessee is into. They've got to go for it on fourth down. Jeff Fisher knows it.
Out of the pro set. Volek underneath, incomplete. intended for Tyrone Calico, and he doesn't hold on in traffic. Gary Brackett and Marlon Jackson sandwich him. And the Titans turn it over on downs. Steve McNair has a bruised shin. He will probably return to the game.
Yeah, and I've had broken fingers, broken arm, hip pointers, pulled muscles, poked in the eye. Nothing ever hurt me as bad as a good stiff kick in the shins once got me.
Play fake, Manning sets up a screen to Edgerrin James. And James tackled from behind Randy Starks. He also had 5 knee surgeries as well. 8-yard pickup. Let's take a look at the NFL Today stat pack. Dan Marino on the AFC playoffs. San Diego could have 11 wins and still not make the playoffs. Definitely true. Shannon Sharp on the NFC South. New Orleans will be spoilers. Carolina wins the division. Atlanta gets a wild card. Tampa goes home. Wow. Sure, John Gruden isn't happy about that prediction. Let's continue to look at what the guys on the NFL Today had to say. Boomer Esiason. Jacksonville has D to slow Manning. Shannon, San Diego has the firepower on O.
I think they're both wrong. Seattle has the home field. They got to go all the way across the continent to play Seattle, who's a really good club with nothing on the line.
And the NFL Today on Packers quarterback situations. Start Favre to keep streak going, but play the other guy. Rodgers when you get a chance. 1st and 10 at the 44. And a whistle. Sounded like a whistle had blown.
Yeah, it sounded like a whistle.
Edgerrin James gets to midfield.
And, you know, talk about this game started. Peyton Manning threw the ball about 6 straight times. It was only late in the first drive where he carried the ball even once. And now as they start the second half, they went in at halftime, talked it over, and said, hey, listen, they're giving it to us. And Edgerrin has been the driving force with this offense in the first 2 series here in the second half.
Tom Moore, Peyton's conscience, excuse me, on the field. Here's Edgerrin James, breaks it back. Gain of 5. Well, Antoine Odom with the tackle.
For as little as he did in the first half, I mean, this half, he's the plow horse. I mean, he looked like it on that play. Put both hands on the ball and ran in a little weave pattern right through the heart of the Titan defense, dragging guys behind him. He gets so many yards after he gets hit. I mean, that's what makes a great back.
3 possible superstar free agent running backs during the offseason will be available as Manning steps up and finds Edgerrin James. Edgerrin James is playing with a 1-year contract. Sean Alexander in Seattle, the league's leading rusher, is playing with a 1-year contract. And Jamal Lewis has 1 year left on his deal. He may be franchised in Baltimore.
No question the fans here in Indianapolis showing their support of Edgerrin. Why not? I mean, ever since he was drafted, and you forget he was drafted after they got rid of another great back in Marshall Faulk, and he was a big question mark coming in. Bill Polian, the general manager, said he's our guy. We're going to draft him. We think he's that good, and he has been right on all counts.
First down, and how bright of a move was that for Mr. Polian. Edgerrin James in his 7th year. Now Marshall Faulk is at the end of his career, most likely, and Edgerrin James is getting better and better. So you give up a great player for a young player with great potential who has now become just as great of a football player.
No question. I mean, this organization under Bill Polian has really done everything right for a long time, and they're reaping the benefits.
First down at the 33. Edgerrin again. Gets to the 29. Flag on the play. Keith Bullock with the tackle. And a holding call against, let's see.
Holding defense, number 92. 5 yards will be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Albert Haynesworth.
You get the sense that Tennessee's hanging on, battling, and believe me, this is a club in Tennessee I've watched over the years. They are not going to stop until the clock reads double zeros in the 4th quarter. they battle as Haynesworth is out here. And I don't know, I didn't see it. Just a battle inside. I don't know how you pick that out in all that traffic, Gus.
Adrian James again. Watch out. Here goes the edge. Down at the 2. Tank Williams with the saving tackle, but they're on their feet applauding. Adrian James, a 22-yard gain.
Right at the point of attack, you'll see a missed tackle right inside, right there, as Sermon can't grab James and pull him down. He just powers through the arm tackle and gets all the way inside the 5-yard line. One missed tackle gives up a big play. Gus, when you're playing an offense like this, you can't miss tackles.
First down and goal at the 2. Adrian James. Touchdown. The 63rd career rushing touchdown for Adrian James. And the Colts take a 27-3 lead.
Yeah, it almost would have been an injustice to give the football to anybody else or to throw it to anybody else on that drive. Adrian James getting it all done. They threw it to him, they handed it to him. That's a great player.
Extra point is good. 8 plays, 68 yards, 409. Adrian James makes it a 28-3 game. 8 plays, 68-yard drive. Adrian James with 63 total yards on the drive, 63 of the 68, including the 2-yard touchdown run. Indy sends it away. Pac-Man Jones fields it at the 10, dives forward and is stopped, loses the ball, and the ball is down. The ball is down. Jerome Sapp thought he had a touchdown, but Pac-Man Jones is called down. Rob Morris with a great hit on Jones. And Rob Morris, very interesting story, number 94. He was the starting middle linebacker, but now has been relegated to special teams and continues to play his heart out.
You see there, man, there's no question that was a down by contact. Morris makes the tackle. Pac-Man Jones all the way on the ground. The ball pops out. And you're right, Gus. It takes an unselfish guy to be playing special teams after you were a first-round draft pick.
Steve McNair back in the game. McNair rolling out, and he dumps it. Raheem Brock giving chase. All right, here's a question. Which team made the best pick at the top of last year's NFL draft? Cast your vote at NFL.com. What do you think, Steve?
This guy right here, Ronnie Brown. I mean, he has played very well for the Dolphins. Has been a difference. You don't know about some of those guys. I'll tell you what, though, Braylon Edwards has emerged for the Browns. They haven't had a great season, but he has been a bright spot for them.
Cadillac Williams started the season well for Tampa, but got hurt against Detroit and hasn't been the same back since. 2nd and 10 at the 30. Steve McNair throws it out into the flats as Chris Brown picks up steam, and he gets over the 35, a 7-yard pickup. Bob Sanders. And let's talk about Bob Sanders a little bit, who makes this tackle at the end of the play, Steve.
You're right here. They come out. The reason the Colt defense in the preseason, Tony Dungy said this publicly, he wanted his defensive backs to be more physical, and Bob Sanders, at all 5 feet 8 inches of him, has taken it upon himself to make sure it happened. It has happened. The whole season he has been a force back in the secondary for the Colts.
3rd down 4 at the 36. They need to go to the 40 for a first down. McNair with all day to throw. Rolls out of the pocket. He has the first down. McNair is down at the 40. Robert Mathis with the tackle. Well, let's see where they spot it.
Look at Steve McNair. You see there. He's like, come on, man, give me the spot. See him working hard out here. They're not going to give it to him, though. It's going to be 4th down and less than a yard.
And that brings us to the end of the third quarter with the score: Indianapolis 28, Tennessee 3. We'll return to the RCA Dome after this message and a word from your local station. Welcome back. A look at the scoring by quarters. Santa trying to get in a couple of football games before his big run for Christmas Eve.
Checking up on Peyton Manning.
Well, he has definitely been nice. 4th down and 1 for the Titans. Are going for it. Steve McNair, the quarterback sneak, and he won't get there. Wow. Simon pushing forward.
No doubt about it, Gus. It wasn't even close. That's a play that the Colts defense in years past can't make.
So the Titans turn it over on downs. Jeff Fisher continuing to gamble, continuing to motivate his team.
He's not good. No give up. 28-3. And he just lost on 4th down. Still clapping, getting his guys motivated. You got to play hard for a guy like that.
So the Colts take over at the Tennessee 39. Adrian James throttled him in Cincinnati. Peyton Manning, and James fumbles it, and the Titans catch a break. Brad Castle with the fumble recovery, and you don't see that happen too often. Adrian James fumbling the ball.
You know what it amounts to, Gus? It looks like Tennessee just converted that 4th down. They get the ball right back.
Same spot. They're calling the fumble a Peyton Manning fumble. So the Titans take over at the 37-yard line. Adrian James and Manning having some problems with the exchange.
And James never had a chance of grabbing that one.
First down and 10. McNair throws to the sideline, incomplete. Intended for Scaife. 2nd down and 10. McNair over the middle, flag on the play. Calico with the reception. 4-yard pickup.
Tony Corrente talking it over once again.
Offside, defense, number 90. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
And you see the right there. There's no question that Colts were in the neutral zone at the snap, and you can't do that as play will result in a 5-yard gain instead of a pass reception by Calico.
Brings up 2nd down and 5. Empty backfield for McNair. He dumps it off to Troop. And Troop with a nice piece of running. Gets outside. Then Troop ridden out of bounds at the 35 by Mike Doss. But it's a gain of 23.
Run out of bounds right at the feet of Tony Dungy. You'll come out here, Troop, catching this ball and makes one guy miss. And as we've said so many times before, Gus, missed tackles are the bane of the defense. I mean, if you got a great defense, they don't miss tackles. If you got a bad one, they do miss. Missed tackle, missed tackle, missed tackle. And then Tony Dungy right at his feet.
Timeout. Indianapolis is their first charge team timeout.
28-3. Back to Indy after this.
That's Justin Snow, Mike Vanderjagt, and Hunter Smith. Those guys Those two kickers, the kicker and the punter for the Colts, don't do anything. I'm going to take a day off.
They usually do. First down. And here's Travis Henry.
There's been a couple of games this year, Gus, where Hunter Smith didn't see the field as a punter. All he did, this guy right here, free paycheck. You wonder why they're golfers, man. They don't have a real job. Mike Vanderjagt, really one of the best kickers in the league, and
you know, I think
they're twiddling their thumbs.
Peyton Manning probably credits Mike Vanderjagt with stepping up his game.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
A couple of years ago, Mike Vanderjagt, very critical of Peyton Manning. On a television show in Canada, 8-yard pickup for Bo Scaife.
You talk about the Tennessee Titans and Steve McNair spreading the football around and throwing it to all these guys. We talked to Jeff Fisher. He really likes all of his young tight ends. You see there the tight ends catching a lot of balls. It's a young team, Gus, but they really are together. And Steve McNair told us yesterday, he goes, you know, now at this point in the season, we're bouncing back a lot better from bad plays than we did early on. They showed that last week.
3rd down and 1. Tennessee has converted on only 8 of 16 3rd and 1 situations this year. McNair in trouble. Lost it. Well picked up. Triplett. Look at the big boy. 295 pounds. Touchdown. Larry Love.
And he looked good doing it. Tough break for the Titans as McNair got the ball batted straight up in the air in the pocket as he tried to unload it. The pressure got to him. Freeney pops his arm. The ball goes right into the hands of Triplett. And look at him go, baby.
60 yards for Larry Triplett. And the extra point is good. Dwight Freeney hands it off to his buddy, and Larry Triplett takes it all the way. Welcome back, Larry Triplett with the 60-yard fumble return for a touchdown. Dwight Freeney sacking Steve McNair. And the Colts send it away. Pac-Man from the goal line. With a seam, burst of speed. Pac-Man Jones inside Indianapolis territory, downed at the 45. Von Hutchins with the saving tackle on the 54-yard return. Everybody has been talking about the team speed of the Colt defense. Well, we have something interesting for you. Larry Triplett, obviously, based on that 60-yard return, fast, but just how fast? 1st down and 10 at the 46 for Tennessee. Over the middle, Bennett with the catch. All right, he's got a running start, Steve. Let's time him in the 40.
I'm going to tell you something, Gus. McNair's going to get this. Triplett's going to grab it. Running start, 40. There's the 40 right there. Just going in. If you're big enough to tackle him, you ain't fast enough to catch him. And if you're fast enough to catch him, you're not big enough to tackle him.
That was a 5.7 40-yard dash. Over the middle. First down and 10 at the 34. McNair, another catch by Scaife. Morris with the tackle. Fans are very interested in the Denver game because right now the Colts are trying to stay in front of the Broncos.
Well, they all want
the home field advantage.
They all want the Super Bowl to come through Indianapolis.
McNair underneath. Calico, beautiful catch. All hands. And as we mentioned, a lot at stake for the Colts today. A win and they can clinch a playoff berth. They can clinch the division title with a win and a Jacksonville loss. Jacksonville winning right now.
Mathematically, Gus, they can clinch it all today. Week 13, if Cleveland loses, or I'm sorry, if Jacksonville loses and Cincinnati loses, the Colts could have every single goal they made for themselves at the beginning of the regular season accomplished.
First down and 10. And remember, they're also trying to get home field advantage to stay in front of Denver. There's the Jacksonville score. And Cincinnati on the road as well, taking on Pittsburgh, a team that Tony Dungy and company defeated on Monday, 31-24. Let's take a look at the playoff picture. Colts 11-0.
And this is the Denver game is the real key one. 9-2. They are within striking distance of Indianapolis should they stumble. And you got to have home field throughout the playoffs to get everything you need.
Second down and 8. Over the middle, Bennett goes down. Drew Bennett goes down at the 2-yard line.
And right now, the Titans are just throwing those quick hitches. Steve McNair dropping back, getting rid of the football, not giving the speed rush of the Colts a chance to get to him before the ball's there. A lot of tight end hitches, a lot of wide receiver hitches right over the top of the football. And whenever you start to have success against this Colt team, Gus, every other team starts to watch you, see how you're doing it. And at this fourth quarter, they're finally getting some things done against this Colt D.
So Jeff Fisher will call timeout with 7 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the fourth. Back after this. Great job, 35-3. It's been a great season for the Indianapolis Colts. They are 7 minutes and 45 seconds away from a 12-0 start. All smiles on that Indianapolis sideline. RCA Dome, the place to be.
And you saw a moment ago on the sidelines. There's a lot of smiles over on the Indianapolis sidelines. Howard Mudd, Tony Dungy, Peyton Manning, standing around talking things over. 35 points. We said in the open, Gus, this is as you see, there's Howard Mudd on the right, and of course Tom Moore with a headset facing Peyton Manning. You see, these are the games they have left on their schedule. It's not going to be easy. Seattle, San Diego, and Jacksonville all standing there, and that's a gauntlet. Tony Dungy will have his team focused on it. I don't think, Tony Dungy just doesn't get enough credit, Gus.
All right, let's take a look at this week's big question. The last time the Colts won the Super Bowl was Super Bowl 5 in '71. The big question is, can Peyton Manning navigate the Colts back to the Super Bowl this year? And that was the Baltimore Colts that won the Super Bowl in '71. What do you think, Steve? Are they going to Detroit and winning it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say absolutely yes.
First down and goal at the 2 for McNair. McNair throwing on his back foot. Oh, wow. Scaife has just had an excellent game. And Steve McNair is down.
And this is one where you just got to pull it in. Scaife right there. McNair throws it in the right spot. Scaife, little ball skills, has to come out of his break. Back up into this pass and just can't pull it in. It's right there. McNair puts it in the exact right spot. Throws it almost from his back, getting hit in the face. That's a veteran player asking a young guy to make a play for him. He just can't get it done yet.
Second down and goal. At the 2. McNair pulls it down over the middle. Broken up. Intended for Bennett. And that brings up third down and goal. Gilbert Gardner in the vicinity.
Jeff Fisher. You got to wonder, I guess, they've been going for it on every fourth down that's been close. I think on a fourth down here, I think you got to go for it too. And there's no give up in Jeff Fisher. I predict they've got 2 downs to get this in the end zone. I don't think you're going to see Baronis come in for a field goal attempt.
3rd down and goal. McNair tried the shovel pass, throws on the run, incomplete. Intended for Scaife again. And that brings up 4th down and goal at the 2.
You see here, it's going to be a shovel pass, and McNair is scared off it. He was going to throw that right down inside. Scaife just can't get it.
All right, 4th down and goal at the 2. McNair rolls out, throws, incomplete. Drew Bennett, the intended receiver. Gardner right there again.
Travis Henry picks up the blitz. That's Raheem Brock coming inside, and McNair on 2 out of 3 plays going into the end zone, Gus. He gave his guys a chance to make a play. None of them could. And today, Steve McNair, for as valiant an effort as he has put out there, I don't know. I think his receivers and his tight ends in certain positions, particularly on crucial downs, Gus, have let him down. They haven't pulled in touchdown passes. He's given them a chance to pull in, and you got to do that in this league.
Steve McNair, 22 of 33, 220 yards this afternoon. 1st down and 10. Flag on the play. Peyton Manning, very creative with his cadence at the line of scrimmage.
That's such a nice little tool to pull out of your toolbox, Gus.
Offside. Defense number 90. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
When Manning goes in the huddle, what's the call for the line to know that he's going to change his cadence?
Well, he'll tell them, he'll say, listen, guys, I'm not going to, or sometimes he won't even give them a play. He'll say, we're going to fake a snap count like we're going to do it, make some dummy calls, and then do it. On that particular play, they just got to learn. They just got to know. That just comes from hours of practice, Gus.
Edgerrin James, and you can believe me, they are determined to run this clock out.
You saw there, Manning came up and called an opposite call and started calling out numbers, and what that means basically is they'll have a play called, and if they come out and the defense is lined up where it'll be a bad play, he'll say opposite. Well, it'll be the same play, and we'll go the opposite direction. So the line doesn't have to hear numbers and plays. You don't have to give any information to the defense. They don't know which opposite play you're going to run. They just know you're going the other way than you called in the huddle.
Now with that run for Edgerrin James, he now has his 49th career 100-yard game. 24 carries, 101. Edgerrin again. But you can't say enough about Tony Dungy. Brought here to not only guide the Colts on the offensive side, but to recreate this defense in his image, and they are doing just such a spectacular job. Did the same thing in Tampa, left a year later. John Gruden and the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl over the Raiders. Mild-mannered man from Jackson, Michigan.
You'd be hard-pressed to find a guy that is more respected all over the National Football League than Tony Dungy.
Edgerrin James. And Coach Dungy told us on Friday what his goals were at the beginning of the season.
It was a preseason goal, of course, make the playoffs, win the division, and of course get a first-round bye and win the Super Bowl. And you know, this is after you talk about preseason goals. The Colts were 0-5 in the preseason. They didn't win a game. Went to Japan, had 5 preseason games, looked awful. Everybody was raising their eyebrows saying maybe this team isn't all of that. 0-5 in the preseason and looking to go 12-0 in the regular season.
Second down and 8. Edgerrin James. So he set those goals. I guess he can start checking some things off now, Steve.
They win, they get that today. If Jacksonville loses, they win the division. And they can get a first-round bye today if Cincinnati and Jacksonville lose. And of course, we won't find out until early in 2006 whether they'll win the Super Bowl.
Third down, 6 at the 17. Some people feel that that Indianapolis-Seattle game may be a prelude to the Super Bowl in Detroit. Edgerrin James, wow, he hit the corner quickly. Picks up the first 9-yard gain.
Offense, number 81. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, third down.
No question, Keith Bullock.
Correction, this penalty be enforced half the distance to the goal.
Keith Bullock got held on the outside by Brian Fletcher. There's some score updates there. As you see, Jacksonville is leading in the fourth quarter. And that shootout in Pittsburgh going Cincinnati's way at the moment.
And can you believe this? Guess who's warming up?
Oh no, we're going to see Hunter Smith for the Colts. The rare appearance. You know, and I'll say, you got to do more than one thing as the Colt punter. He is also the emergency quarterback. If Peyton Manning gets hurt and Jim Sorgi gets hurt, Hunter Smith is the guy.
Who?
Jim Sorgi.
Third down and 14 at the 9. And offside. Peyton Manning gets him again.
Offside, defense, number 98, unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
I'm jumping in the booth. That's so difficult. You really got to tip your hat to those guys in front of him. It's not just Peyton Manning. The offensive linemen are sitting there like they got concrete in their feet. They don't move.
Third down, 9.
Your guy moved.
Edgerrin James. And Edgerrin James taken down at the 15. So here comes Hunter Smith. His first punt of the day. Make it his second punt of the day.
Well, at least he's fresh. You worry about him getting atrophy or something, you know. He's had a couple of games where he hasn't punted, a couple of games where he punted once. Well, at least he gets to punt indoors.
Pac-Man Jones is back deep.
Nice punt.
Sends Jones back to the 30. Jones, beautiful piece of running, coughs it up, and it's recovered by the Titans. Robert Reynolds with the recovery. 55-yard punt, a 16-yard return. But Peyton Manning, he's been very successful this season, and he's thrown touchdowns today. Marvin Harrison, Fletcher, Wayne, Peyton Manning. A terrific afternoon, 13 of 17, 187 yards, 3 touchdowns, no pick.
And 151.2 rating. His rating started out in the first half was great, and it got better. He started climbing as the game got deeper. He got deeper and deeper into the game. That's tough to do.
Top 2 rated quarterbacks in the NFL, Manning and Carson Palmer. Billy Bullock is in the game now for Tennessee. First 8 seasons for Peyton Manning.
That's coming into today.
How about that? Quicker than our, almost as quick as our Dan Marino. quicker than our Dan Marino. Excuse me. You know, you have to be sensitive when it comes to records and Dan. He doesn't like his record broken at all.
But Peyton will probably never get his interception record. that might be safe. I'm glad I'm in Indianapolis. Not New York. Dan will be chasing me down the hallway.
He's a big guy. No, he's not going to run after you. He's going to go get somebody to get you.
Yeah, throw something at me and hit me.
Yeah, definitely.
He can still do. He's got a quick release still.
All right, 2:08 to go in the fourth. No quit in the Titans. First down at the 39. Bowling. And it's incomplete. Intended for Travis Henry. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning with the score. The Colts 35 and the Titans 3. Indianapolis Colts become the 5th team in NFL history to start 12-0. The 34 Bears did it. The 72 Dolphins went undefeated. 85 Bears lost one game, the Dan Marino and the Dolphins, and the 98 Denver Broncos. 2nd and 10 at the 38. Here's the draw play. Henry. And Henry crawls down inside the 35. 3rd and 4. Bowling. And he's sacked. Fourth sack of the day. This time it's Raheem Brock. His father, Zach Dixon, played in the NFL with the Giants, Philly, Baltimore, and Seattle from 79 to 84. And for Tony Dungy, he is 1 minute and 3 away from his 100th career victory as a head coach in this great league. Fourth down and 11. Volek steps up. Shovel pass. Henry. He goes down.
Tough day for Steve McNair, Gus, but you know what? Early on in this game, the Titans had a few opportunities that they earned that they just couldn't cash in. And I think getting off to that kind of start, that's what kind of ended up in a 35-3 loss for the Titans. And this is what they have left. The Colts trying to go 16-0 and get to the Super Bowl. And Tony Dungy, to his credit, has maintained the whole time that they don't care about that. But this is the tough one, Gus, because these two games, if they continue to win, even if Denver keeps pace with them and goes 11-2 at that time or 12-2, those last two games are against NFC teams for the Colts. The tiebreaker goes to the Colts even if they drop their last two games and they finish with identical records.
Jim Sorgi comes in and takes the knee. Peyton Manning keeps this Indianapolis machine rolling. 12-0. Steve McNair and his teammates not enough today as the Colts win it 35-3. For Steve Tasker, this is Gus Johnson saying so long from Naptown. Now let's go to Greg Gumbel, who's standing by in New York.
Gus and Steve, thank you. Congratulations to the